Hi everyone, I'm Daniela and today I'm making a white pasta fagioli. If you've ever had a tomato-based pasta fagioli and you love it, you're definitely gonna like this recipe. It's a little bit more autumnal, a little thicker, and it really sticks to the ribs. Let me show you how to make it.
We'll start by making a soffritto, which consists of onion, carrots, and celery. Start by finely chopping your onion. I like my soffritto finely chopped because I don't like big chunks in my soup, but if you're a chunky soup lover, feel free to make them bigger. Next, slice your celery. I find the easiest way to do this is cut the celery lengthwise into strips, and then cut it perpendicularly into small pieces. The same goes for my carrots. I like to slice a little piece off the bottom of the carrot so that it sits flat, and then I cut slices out of the carrot. If it's a thick carrot, I'll cut those slices in half and then chop my squares. The last bit of prep is to chop up some garlic. I'm using 2 cloves, but use however much your heart desires. When I'm chopping garlic, I like to add in a little bit of salt so that it doesn't stick to the knife. It makes it a lot easier to chop finely. Don't add the garlic into the soffritto though. It'll get added in a little bit later so it doesn't burn. Set your pot to medium-high heat and add in 1 cup, 130 grams of smoked pancetta. If you haven't got pancetta, you can also use bacon.
And if you want to use ham hock instead of pancetta or bacon, just toss it in when you add the last bit of beans at the end.
Once the pancetta is starting to brown and it's letting go of a lot of its fat, add in a little bit of olive oil and then pour in your soffritto. I'm also adding in 2 sprigs of rosemary, but you could also add in a bay leaf, which would add really nice flavor. Add in about a teaspoon of salt at this stage. It helps the vegetables to release their liquids and cook down. Once all the vegetables have started to sweat down and the onions have taken on a little bit of color, add in your garlic. That only needs to cook for about 30 seconds. Now this was a trick of my nonno's. Add in 1/3 of your can of beans, including the juice from the tin. By adding these beans now, it will actually help to thicken your soup so that you don't have to add any thickeners later. Add in 6 cups, 1400 milliliters of chicken stock or whatever stock you prefer. Let that come up to a boil.
I'm using chicken stock because I love the way it tastes, but you're welcome to sub in just water or vegetable stock if you'd like.
Now this is optional, but for a little bit of extra umami and flavor, I'm adding in the rind from a piece of Parmigiano Reggiano. Now that it's boiling, it's time to add in the pasta.
I like to make my pasta fagioli with tubetti or ditalini pasta. These tiny little circles are the perfect way to eat pasta fagioli. And if you're lucky, some of the bean gets stuck inside the pasta. But feel free to use whatever small pasta you have on hand.
I'm using 2 cups, 250 grams of tubetti. Because we put those beans in earlier, this soup is already starting to thicken up, and the starches from the pasta will add even more thickness to the soup. So make sure you're stirring every once in a while so that the pasta doesn't stick to the bottom. Once your pasta is just about ready, fish out the Parmigiano Reggiano and the few sprigs of rosemary or the bay leaf, whatever you've used. It's time to add in the rest of the beans, and I add in everything, bean broth and all. At this point, we're just heating the beans through. Everything is ready.
Get them in there.
Season your soup with about a teaspoon of salt, and then add in about 20 grams, a few tablespoons of freshly grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Give it a final stir and serve. I like to serve mine with another fresh grating of Parmigiano Reggiano and a little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil on the top. Buon appetito!
If you haven't tried a tomato-based pasta fagioli, you have to try my Nonno's recipe here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.